Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GRP early morning edition. Back at it again on a Sunday for a watch party podcast. We are here with the UFC Shanghai watch party podcast for the main card. It's early. I don't know if you know, but it's early. But that's why we got some Noctane smelling salts, and we're about to hit that up in a minute because this is the time. This is the real time that you use that shit. But yeah, we're here and ready to go. UFC Shanghai. There's been some pretty damn good fights early on so far in the prelim cards. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I slept. I was asleep for a while. I only got a few hours of sleep, but I woke up with enough time to do some recapping of what's been going on, and now I'm here ready to go for the main card. So, I mean, there's been some pretty good fights so far. I'm actually kind of sad that I missed some of them live, at least. But obviously, that's what highlights are for, and that's why you follow pages like Combat Sports Today. They keep you updated. I mean, yeah, they keep you updated. So shout out to them. That's why they got a nice little shout out on the Ariel Helwani show as well last week. So congrats to that too. I mean, I feel pretty good about being a part of their team and, all of that, because that's a pretty big deal, and it just improves their hard work. So the fact that I get to collab with them is pretty awesome. It was awesome anyway, but I mean, damn, you get mentioned on a big show like that. That's good shit, man. So I forgot to mention that on Thursday, so I figured I'd throw that out there right now. But yeah, go to Combat Sports Today. Will keep you completely up to date. So yeah, that's all you need, really. But yeah, there's been some great fights so far. I mean, there's already been 1, 2, 3, 4 finishes, and 1, 2, 3 decisions. So not bad. We started off with a submission from Yuran Sadibaldiev over Dyer Nurgazai. That was a first round, 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. Gets a submission there for Sadibaldiev. It is way too early to be trying to say these names. But then you had a decision by Long Zhao versus Yu Su Young, and that was a goddamn war. I mean, at the end, Long Zhao was throwing combinations with his elbows. That's how crazy that was. But Yu Su Young gets the win by decision there. Yi Za versus Weston Wilson. Holy shit. That started off some great knockouts. Let's see. It was a crazy combination. Straight right to a left hook, drops Weston Wilson, and then he catches him with a couple more on the ground. He just dropped him to his knees, basically, and gets one more big shot down there on the ground. That was a nice knockout for the first knockout or TKO win of the night. And then you get to Michel Pereira versus Kyle Dawkins. Holy shit, Kyle Dawkins. First of all, that Yiza fight was only 37 seconds in the first round against Weston Wilson, and then Kyle Dawkins follows it up with yet another TKO of Michel Pereira, knocks him out with a short right hook, drops him, and then grounds and pounds him out. I mean, he knocked him out with an elbow basically on the ground, and then elbowed him again and woke him back up. And then Michel Pereira jumped to his feet after the ref called it, but it was too late, obviously. The fight was over. And yeah, he basically got flash knocked out and then woken back up by another elbow. So Kyle Dawkins putting in some work. I mean, Michel Pereira, we know, like I said on Thursday, is one of those back and forth kind of things. Hasn't been doing so well. And Kyle Dawkins came in and fucking was like, I'm going to take the show right now. So not faster than Yiza, but it was a pretty damn good TKO win for him as well. Then we get to Rong Zhu, who gets the win over Austin Hubbard by decision. Charles Johnson coming in with a huge knockout of his own against Loner Kavanaugh. And that one was pretty nice. I'm just rewatching it right now with a, nice right hand, drops Loner to his completely flat on his back, and then he follows it up with some ground and pound, knocks him clean out. Charles Johnson with a huge knockout over Loner Kavanaugh. I wasn't sure what to expect out of that fight. And Charles Johnson just blows things up. So that was pretty badass. On that one, that was in the second round, 4 minutes and 35 seconds in. And then the last fight that just happened, we had Gage Young earning his first, I believe was his first UFC win over Mahashate. So that was a good win for him. Nothing crazy in that fight, but he gets a win. Not too bad. So far the prelims have been pretty fucking good, honestly. I'm not sure what else you would want out of that. There was a submission and some good TKOs, some quick ones too, back to back. So yeah, that's a pretty good way to start the night. And now we are ready to go with the main card. I'm just trying to get my screen set up here because obviously, let me see. Okay, so we start with Tailaki Naraji versus Kiefer Crosbie is going to be your first fight here on the main card. So we're just sitting here waiting for the main card to get started, and obviously, you get your commercial breaks, you get your lead up, your build up, and everyone's coming into the main card. So we got 5 fights on this card. We almost only had 4. They would have probably brought up another fight, but obviously, I'm sure by now, we were talking about it as it was happening kind of on Thursday. We had the Brian Ortega just weight cutting debacle. First, okay, so after I went back and started looking into it, as I was listening to, the talk in the chat, King Tersey was updating me as we went, telling me that the fight was off. It was being canceled because of a weight cutting issue. And at first it sounded like it was Aljamain Sterling that had the weight cutting issue. And then we found out it was actually Brian Ortega. And it sounded like Josh Emmett was, kind of talking about wanting to jump in or whatever. But then it turned around and wound up being that the fight was back on. Sounded like it was going to be at lightweight. It was actually a catch weight. So catch weight 153, Brian Ortega still in the fight. But it was just one of those things where he did not look good at all. Walking up for the face off after the weigh-ins, on the weigh-ins and stuff, it didn't look good. His hair's all messed up. He looked out of it. His legs look shaky and wobbly. So we'll see how much he was able to recover from all that, because they're in the co-main event tonight, fighting at 153. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But right now we have the first fight of the night getting announced, and that is Tailaki Naraji versus Kiefer Crosbie to get the night started off. Welterweight division. Naraji's making his UFC debut. Let me see. I got to get back over here. But you know what? Before we get too far, before we get too much into this, I need to make sure I give a shout out to my sponsor, Noctane Smelling Salts. And I'll tell you right now, I fucking need this. So I can wake up, because I need to be a little bit more alert and a bit more awake. And I probably should have just stayed up and watched the whole thing, but I needed to get some sleep. I was pretty tired. So we're here though, ready to go. Oh, I didn't get quite a big hit, but I want to do it again and really wake myself up here. Oh, my eyes are burning though. Here we go. Oh, that is the most potent bottle that Noctane has, the red cap. And these are the times that I really need it, and it works, because woo-wee, that was a good one. And I'm going to keep that close because I might need to hit that again. Don't mind the watery eyes. Scan that QR code, hit the link in the description below. Go get yourself a bottle of Noctane. We're ready to get started with this main event. I mean, main card. And it's about to get started. Here we go. Start of the first round. First fight of the night. Gotta get my... Ooh. Nice action in the beginning. Kiefer Crosbie takes down Naraji. Or Naraja, it sounds like. Working for a submission on his back already. Naraja just did a nice little back kick in the beginning to start things off. Now they're on the ground. Crosby's looking to try to get some elbows going. Crosbie could use this win, man. He has not been doing that well when it comes to... He's 0-2 in the UFC, and he's looking for his first fight, his first win in the UFC, I should say. I need to pull... So right now, Naraji's just on top, trying to work a position to get his hands free. Crosby's holding him pretty well with the guard. He's trying to work his way up to triangle. Good elbow by Naraji. Some ground and pound. Oh, big elbow. Crosbie sits up, trying to get his way out, but he's not out. Ooh, big ground and pound shots. Crosbie sitting up, trying to get up. Looking for a possible heel hook, but not getting it. Naraji's in a little bit of a predicament at the moment, but he's trying to get free. Crosby's desperate right now. Oh, full mount. Yeah, Crosbie is not giving in. He's staying busy on the bottom. He's moving around. He's shrimping out. But Naraji just... Oh, big elbow. Another big elbow. Oh, shit, he's just dropping elbows. Crosby's kind of defending enough to not get everyone hit flush. But Naraja's just throwing ground and pound. Crosbie looks like he's fading. Still moving around, though. And no. That was a fucking illegal knee. And Crosbie is leaking. That's going to be a disqualification. Holy shit. Opened him up with that knee. Crosby's on his feet, though. They're going to give him time, obviously. That's what happens here. He's telling the ref is telling the doctor to assess, not to tell him whether or not he can continue. He was on his way up. No, he wasn't. He had one knee off the mat, but one knee still on the mat. Naraji just fucking threw that knee, man. If he would have thrown into the chest, he would have been okay. Crosbie just said he wants to continue the fight after Mark Goddard asked him. So, what a warrior, man. He could have gotten out of that. He got... How many points? Crosbie comes out with the fire. Oh, 2 points were taken. And Crosby's just putting pressure now. Naraja's trying to get him down with the trip. Crosbie is leaking out of his face, though, after that knee. And now he's down on the ground. Naraja's got his back again with some ground and pound. It's looking like those... Oh, shit. He's elevating himself and dropping elbows on Crosbie right now. Naraja's just like, I need to get this finished after that point. Goddard's calling for Crosbie to Oh, that's it. It's over. Wow. Tylock Naraji gets a fucking first round TKO after getting a point taken for that illegal knee. So he said, fuck that. I don't care. Don't need to worry about the points because he just took him out. And I got to give Crosbie credit, though, man. I mean, he didn't have to continue. You know, he got busted open. He was leaking out of the face. It was an illegal knee. And he's trying to get his flag, and the security's keeping him from doing it. That's kind of weird. But yeah, Crosbie tried to come out aggressively. It didn't work. It didn't work. I think he should have taken more time, man. After he said he could continue, they should have let him have more time. But Crosbie said he was good and just acting like, let's go. Naraji was elevating himself and like throwing himself down with elbows. So that was actually a pretty good strategy, I guess. Crosbie had his arms up and was, you know, defending to a certain extent, but some of those were getting through. It was just too much. Crosby's already busted up and leaking out of his face. I mean, what else are you going to do, right? But Naraji gets a fucking first round TKO after that illegal knee. Wow. I mean, Crosbie definitely could have taken the easy way out. So I give him props for not doing that. But sometimes you never know, man. Sometimes it might be best to do that, or at least take the extra time. You know what I mean? You get the time. Why not take advantage of the time? That's what I don't understand. I don't know that he had a set amount of time, but I think after an illegal strike, you definitely should at least get the 5 minutes. It's just like getting kicked in the balls, right? So why did he not take extra time? Like, compose yourself, bro. Crosbie made a mistake there, I think. Now, I give him lots of respect and lots of props for wanting to continue on in that fight, but I just think that he messed up by not taking the extra time. Because you have the time. Like, why not do it? Either which way, he was getting dominated. He was, you know, threatening with submissions. He was trying to get a triangle, and then he was trying for an ankle lock, and then he was trying to catch a leg, and it just wasn't working for him. So, unfortunately, that's it for him. He gets a loss, and that puts him at hold on, Kiefer Crosbie. Here's the official announcement. Tylock Naraji with his big first round TKO win. 12-1 overall. I mean, he came in ready to go. He just needs to be aware of those illegal strikes, man, because that could have cost him the fight easily. So yeah, Kiefer Crosbie is now 0-3 in the UFC. That's tough, and he's gotten finished every single time. 2 submissions and now a TKO in the first round. Actually, he's been finished all 3 fights in the first round. So that's tough for Kiefer Crosbie, man. I don't know what he's gonna be able to do with that, considering you get 3 losses in a row already in the UFC, no matter what you've done. And it's, you know, it's one of those things, you're in trouble. So it's a damn shame that it ended that way for him. But I feel like he made a huge mistake by not taking the time. I don't know what he was thinking, man. To me, that should have been 5 minutes. Take all the time you need. Gather yourself. Compose yourself. And make sure that you're ready to go before just saying, yeah, sure, say you want to continue the fight. But he should have gotten the time, I think. So that's my take on that one. I don't know if I'm right about that or not, but I'm pretty sure he should have had the 5 minutes. And of course, we're in Shanghai, so a lot of the post fight interviews are going to be kind of long because they have to wait for translation. And it's kind of funny because the chick that's translating, she she's pretty kind of bossy, it seems like. She like grabs the mic from Michael Bisping. I saw that in the last fight when she was translating for Gage Young. I was like, damn. She's like, just give me the fucking mic. And so she's translating both ways. When they're speaking English, she's translating to whatever exact language. I'm sorry. I don't know exactly how that goes. But and then she's translating from their language back over to English as well. So looking back at that, the last fight of the prelims, that was Gage Young's first UFC win after getting a loss in his debut against Evan Elder. Both of his fights in the UFC have gone to unanimous decision. So nothing crazy in that last prelim fight, but we start the main card with a big TKO win. And I have my TV up top. That's why I'm looking up there. I'm kind of using it as a third screen. I actually could bring this over here. That might be better. That way I'm not having to continuously look up over there. So I got screens all over the place. And usually I would watch the fights on the big screen, but I don't want to be looking up because that's, I mainly use that for when we do the watch party, as you guys might know. You know, we're sitting a little further back and I have the wide angle lens on the camera. So when we're sitting further back, it's a little bit easier to watch that TV because it's a little higher. It's not that high, but when I'm sitting this close, it's a little higher. And I don't want to be like looking up like this the whole time. So I'm going to have the fights here on one of my screens. And then I'm looking at references over here. And then I've got the chat and stuff in front of me right here. So by the way, if you're in here and you want to chat about the fights, feel free to do so. We got the chat live going on. And you'll see your comments and questions and everything like that on the screen. If you've, watched the show before, that's how it goes. And if you haven't, yeah, try it out because the chat's open and I'm here to talk about and interact about any of the fights going on. So, or anything else, any of the big news that's been happening. It sounds like these upcoming weeks in the UFC are not going to be too crazy. We'll see what kind of news comes out, but next week is a pretty damn good fight, an actually important fight going on. It's not next week though. Let's see. I have to look at the calendar because I think we might have a week off next week for the UFC at least. Let me double check that. What are we at right now? The 23rd. Yeah. So next week is a week off for the UFC because of Labor Day. And I believe yeah, so we don't have a fight till the 6th. Oh, yes, I did, Tommy. It's just now popping up. There it is. Just now popping up. That would be why. Doesn't look like it's on. About to watch my eyelids. Yeah, there it is. It was a little delayed, but Tommy, yeah, thank you. Appreciate you for checking in on that. Everything's there. There's the I'm just catching up still, honestly, because I woke up to do this. But yeah, the chat's, it's a little delayed with the one on the screen, but the I can highlight there you go. There's the highlighted ones. I actually should move this one out because this is set up for when I do the watch party. Let me see. Here we go. I'm going to move this over here just to make sure you can see it a little better. And I'll make sure I move that back when I do the watch party. But this is my watch party scene. So Anyway, yes. So we have a weekend off of UFC next week. So that's gonna be tough, man. Fuck. But it's a weekend. It's a, what do you call it? It's a holiday weekend, Labor Day, I guess. So it is what it is. But coming back from that, we're gonna have Nasruddin Imavov versus Kyle Bahalio, and depending on how their fight goes, you know, they have a chance to, you know, do something big and possibly get a fight for the title next. It's between those two, and then Kyle Bahalio, Nasruddin Imavov. I'm trying to remember. Man, this is when waking up early for me is gets me in trouble because my brain's not fully functioning yet. I'm trying to remember all the fight. Oh, Fluffy Hernandez versus RDR. So it's basically like between them four. Fluffy Hernandez versus Rainier de Ritter, and then Nasruddin Imavov versus Kyle Bahalio. We'll see who gets the biggest win out of all of those. And I believe, all right, Infinity, I appreciate you for jumping in for a minute. Yeah, enjoy your sleep. I'm going to get some extra sleep later after this is over. I will nap some and I'll be just fine. I got a few hours, so it's no big deal. But yeah, so there's kind of a four-way somewhat tournaments going on in the middleweight division. So if Imavov is the one that was kind of in line, ready to go for a title shot, and then he had some issues and wasn't able to fight once, and now people have stepped up. So he has a tough fight against Bahalio in that next fight night coming up in a couple weeks. We also have Mauricio Hufi versus Benoit Saint Denis. Fighting nerds. Topping off that one, man. Kyle Bahalio and Mauricio Hufi. Goddamn. That could be good. That could be damn good, honestly. So you're going to have to watch out for that one. But Imavov versus Bahalio, and then RDR versus Fluffy. We'll see who gets the best win out of all of that. And I bet you that's who gets the next title shot. Because RDR could be a tough matchup for Khamzat Chimaev. But I think Fluffy's his hardest matchup personally. But I don't know. You know, I mean, RDR could give him problems on the feet and on the ground. But I think Fluffy just has what it takes. But Bahalio and Imavov both have good shots as well. I just don't know that they have as good of a shot as Fluffy and RDR. I kind of feel like it's more between who wins out of Fluffy and RDR. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Not everybody feels the same way about that, but it is what it is. I guess we're just gonna have to wait it out. But the next fight night is gonna be damn good. I feel like. Who else? Balaji Oki versus Mason Jones. Modestas Bukakis versus Paul Craig. And Farazi Zayam versus Cal Fernandez. So, I mean, there's some good fights at the top of that one. Prelims. Nothing crazy going on in the prelims, though. So, I guess really the main card is going to be the way to look. Brad Tavares versus Robert Bryzak. Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. That's a good fight. That's your opening fight on the prelims, at least so far. Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. That could be a good one. William Gomez versus Robert Ruchala. Henat Fakardinov versus Andres Gustafsson. Okay, that should be good too. Marcin Tybura versus Arte Delija. I think that's how you say that. But yeah, we definitely got some good fights on that card. So it'll be a good one to come back after having a week off. So we'll see how it goes. Right now we're on commercial break, obviously. Quick finish in the first fight for Naraji. And of course, that means we got a little bit of downtime because we only have 5 fights on this main card. So shit, if this gets done early, I just get some extra sleep afterwards. But I'm happy to be here and to do this. I went back and forth quite a few times as to whether or not I was going to do this. And I just made up my mind yesterday. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So here we go. Getting ready for this second fight. Sumudaerji versus Kevin Borjas. I've seen a lot of people going back and forth on this fight as to whether Sumudaerji or Borjas will get the win here. Let me get this. Here's your next matchup. Sumudaerji versus Kevin Borjas. Both of them coming off a win. Check out the KO TKO for Sumudaerji, 13-0. Borjas has a loss in every one of those categories, but nothing crazy. So we're looking at a pretty good fight coming in here. 4-4 for Sumudaerji in the UFC. 1-2 for Borjas. A lot of losing records going on this card, but when it comes down to it, we've already had some pretty damn good fights. So looking forward to seeing how this is gonna work out. I want to see. Oh, Sumudaerji is the favorite. All I had to do was look at the screen. Everyone's hyped for Sumudaerji, obviously. Here we go. About to get this first round started. Sumudaerji versus Borjas. Getting ready to go. Here we go. Start of the first round. Touch of the gloves. Sumudaerji starting off with some kicks to the legs, but nothing landing just yet. Borjas with that in and out bouncing style. Hands up. That's good. Just quick feeling out process. Sumudaerji with the kicks early, though, just throwing them out there. Borjas keeps his hands real close to his face. Keeps him high. That's good. We'll see if that gets affected later in the fight. Man, those leg kicks by Sumudaerji, though. He's working on them early. Borjas hasn't really pulled the trigger just yet. Trying some leg kicks of his own, but not really landing. He's active on his feet, bouncing around, but he's not wanting to jump in and out just yet. I think those leg kicks have kind of kept him away. Borjas, I'm talking about, by the way. High kick by Sumudaerji, nothing yet. Blocked. Borjas is just timid right now, man. Sumudaerji's keeping him, at length with those kicks, but Borjas has only thrown like one punch coming in. Couple leg kicks of his own. Just waiting for this to get started. Sumudaerji just keeps kicking those legs. That's probably the first punch I've seen him throw right there. Borjas with the shaved head look. He had the like red mohawk type shit going on before. Borjas just can't seem to find an angle in. Oh, I was like, what was that? The ref called the timeout, told Sumudaerji to keep his hands closed. He's extending his fingers, so I mean, he was throwing at the body, but I mean, that's a good catch on the ref before it gets to the point where it starts to become eye pokes. Ooh, nasty inside leg kick by Sumudaerji. You heard that one. That was probably the first real big flush kick. Finally, Borjas throws some punches. Trying to make his way in. Trying to find a way in. Oh, big left hand by Sumudaerji. The crowd is reactive. I'll tell you that right now. They're reacting to everything. Borjas goes for the single leg. Gets defended by Sumudaerji. Now he's pressing Sumudaerji against the cage. Yeah, Borjas still looking for that single leg. High crotch. Not really getting anywhere with it, though. Sumudaerji looks like he's just waiting it out. Borjas just putting the pressure against the cage, but not really advancing much. Sumudaerji being patient. Big knee to the leg for Borjas, but Sumudaerji shakes his head. Yeah, we just got some no action really. Ooh, big elbow, inside elbow by Sumudaerji. Oh, there's an elbow by Borjas on the break and an uppercut that slightly grazed him. Ooh. Good not combination. Good exchange by both. Borjas looks like he's a little more comfortable throwing some punches now. Sumudaerji kind of feigning with those kicks. Nice inside leg kick. Borjas putting the pressure, but Sumudaerji's the one jumping in and landing the strikes. He just landed a good right hand. And working those legs, man. Oh, spinning back kick. Spinning wheel kick didn't work. Oh, nasty left hand though. He's finding ways in. But Borjas is keeping the footwork going. He's bouncing a lot. Back and forth. Good body kick. Sumudaerji's just active with those kicks. So, oh, spinning wheel kick at the end of the round. Partially blocked by Borjas. Sumudaerji's definitely got that one. Got that first round for sure. Borjas threatened with that takedown. Wasn't able to get it. Put the pressure against the cage and held him there for a minute, but didn't really do much. No damage. No advancement, really. Had to give up that high crotch. And Sumudaerji eventually gets out of it and lands some good strikes there at the end. So not too bad of a first round for Sumudaerji. We'll see how Kevin Borjas comes out. Maybe a little sense of urgency coming out in the second round, trying to get out of that feeling out process and really start, letting his hands go a little more, because he's got to find a way around Sumudaerji's kicks and start timing those a little better, I feel like. Man, these commercials, though, are fucking annoying. I'll tell you that right now. But, on ESPN Plus, you get the stupid sound, like commercial break picture sometimes. And that's almost more annoying. All right, here we go. Start of the second round. Sumudaerji continues with the kicks. Tries a big overhand left, but looks like a bit of an eye poke. So the ref's telling him, hey, watch out with those fingers, but I mean, there was a warning beforehand, and now he actually pokes him. Like, these are the things. Oh yeah, he did kind of push his face. So he went for that punch off balance. He wasn't really able to land it and kind of fell forward. And as he was falling forward, he catches himself on the face of Borjas. and the finger kind of slid into the eye. But here's the thing. I mean, sure, that's somewhat accidental, but he already gave him a warning in the back, I'm sure. And then he gives him a warning in the cage. And then he actually winds up with the eye poke because he extends his fingers. Oh, that's weird. The other angle didn't really look like he caught the eye. But maybe that was just a weird angle from too far away. So now they're holding a rag against his eye, just kind of. Yeah, it's weird. Did it cut him a little bit? Get your head out of the way. The fucking doctor won't get his head out of the way. I'm trying to see if he got a cut. He says he's good. His eye's still wincing a little bit. So now he gives him another fucking warning. Hard warning, he says. Okay, so the next one, you better take a fucking point. That's what I'm saying. Sumudaerji needs to keep his hands closed. Borjas protecting that eye with his hand up. That's good. Sumudaerji with the kicks again. Man, my stream is just having problems. I've never had so many problems. Like the last time we had during the watch party, we had some problems too. Just a stream kind of hiccuping, you know? Oof. Good left hand by Sumudaerji. Oh, good exchange there. Sumudaerji catching Borjas again, though, as he's coming in. Sumudaerji goes for a takedown. Borjas defends. He's trying to turn him around on the cage, but now Sumudaerji has him with his back against the cage. Borjas looking for a trip, but it's not working. Trying to get the underhooks, and he's got it. Turns Sumudaerji around. Has Sumudaerji with his back against the cage, throwing knees. Borjas needs to do something here, though. He's throwing some body punches, and there's Sumudaerji. Oh, what kind of angle was that? All right. Off the cage, off the clinch. Sumudaerji fakes for the takedown, goes with the left hand, barely grazes Borjas. Good high kick by Sumudaerji. Oh no. Why did my light just turn off? What the fuck just happened? Oh, great. I just lost a light. I'll wait for a commercial break. Exchanging leg kicks here. Sumudaerji still catching him with those inside leg kicks. Oh, big right hand for Borjas. Borjas goes for the takedown. Doesn't get it. Presses Sumudaerji up against the cage. I'm tripping out here with this light being off. I don't know what happened because it's just like looking like it has no power, which is not good because it just went out like kind of quickly out of the blue. I'm hoping it didn't just die on me. I do have a backup light, but I'd have to get up and take care of that. That's going to suck. Oh, good elbow by Sumudaerji. Borjas putting the pressure against the cage. Has Sumudaerji with his back against the cage, which he keeps getting that position, but he's not able to do much with it. Oh, Sumudaerji with the elbow on the way out. Back to the center of the cage. Good jabs, good hard jabs for Sumudaerji. All right, I'm getting tired of this. Now it's buffering. What the fuck is happening with this goddamn app? All right. That's not good for a watch party. Okay, here we go. Back to it. And like, I don't have anything else ever buffered. I'm watching YouTube videos all the time. Nothing else buffers. The ESPN Plus app buffers. Sumudaerji with a good right hand there. Keeping up with those leg kicks, just tearing those legs apart right now. Borjas' legs look a little red. Sumudaerji just uses his kicks like his hands, man. constant action with the legs for Sumudaerji. Borjas looks like he's a little frustrated. Oh, spinning back fist barely grazes the top of Borjas' head. Sumudaerji with a nice left hand. Borjas coming in with a combination, doesn't really land. He can't land anything flush. That's his problem. He's not finding the angle. Ooh. See, and he threw a big right hand there, and it barely landed on Sumudaerji's chest. So he's not able to get in on Sumudaerji. 10 seconds left in the second round. All right. Ooh. That's it for the second round. I'm going to see what's going on with this light real quick. See if I don't fall. So it's looking like 2 rounds to none Sumudaerji for sure. Aha, I got it. I'm watching live on Hulu and you're still calling events that are 3 seconds before I see them, probably because you are closer to China land. Okay, well, good. All right, there we go. Got the light back. I don't know what happened there, but at least I know that I'm not that far behind considering all the buffering. Here we go. Start of round 3. Sumudaerji goes for the takedown. Somewhat gets it on Borjas, but Borjas is back up. That was scary. I thought I lost my light. Ooh, good right hand for Borjas. Inside leg kick for Borjas, and they trade him. Here we go. Borjas looks like he's actually getting some confidence here. Sumudaerji with the spinning back fist again. Doesn't land. Ooh, good right hand for Sumudaerji. Yeah, Borjas is down 2 rounds to nothing right now, 100%. Sumudaerji is looking like he's settling back into that rhythm he had before, not letting Borjas get in. Inside leg kick. Oh, big right hand by Borjas. That was not a knockdown, though. That looked like a slip by Sumudaerji. Ooh, head kick by Sumudaerji. Looks like it actually caught Borjas a little bit there. He's somewhat defended. Borjas had to take a second. Good body shot by Sumudaerji. Kind of just, oh, there's body kick by Sumudaerji. And again, Borjas just doesn't have anything for those kicks. It's basically seems to be the way to get the best of Borjas is to stay busy with those kicks. He tries for the takedown and gets thrown on his back by Sumudaerji. And now he's back up pressing Sumudaerji against the cage. I'll tell you what, Borjas definitely finds a way to get Sumudaerji against the cage a lot. He just doesn't advance much. He presses him, but he doesn't advance. Like he can't find a way to capitalize on that pressure against the cage with the clinch. Like he's just not doing much with it. Sumudaerji's taller than him, looks a little bigger than him, and maybe that's Borjas just can't seem to get leverage. But he seems like he's easily pressing him against the cage. He just doesn't do anything. And the ref just broke it up. That's a little weird. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the 3rd round. Back to the center of the cage. Oh, head kick again by Sumudaerji, but defended. Borjas just can't find a way in. Oh, good double jab there by Sumudaerji. There's a head kick again. Borjas is blocking him though, so I'll give him that. He can't bounce back and counter. I think he's just pretty much being stopped by those kicks. He just frustrated, can't do anything. The kicks keep him at bay. Sumudaerji's feigning with the kicks and landing punches too, which is, a nice little. Borjas going for the takedown again. Nothing. Sumudaerji with the underhook. And Borjas once again just pressing him up against the cage. Trying to get the trip. It's not working. Sumudaerji has good balance. He's on one leg right now. And Borjas still can't do anything about it. He doesn't have both underhooks. Trying some knees. Oh, there's a big elbow, but barely lands. Yeah, 40 seconds left in the 3rd round. Sumudaerji landing elbows. Borjas still pressing against the cage, but not doing anything. He doesn't do anything. Like, get active with the knees. Start throwing more elbows. do fucking something. And Sumudaerji's doing what Borjas should be doing since he has the pressure and the position. But Sumudaerji keeps throwing elbows. Oh, drops Borjas with the elbow, trying to tee off. Borjas back up. I don't know if that was a momentum fall or if he actually dropped him with that elbow. 5 seconds left. Sumudaerji, complete domination basically here. Yeah, I mean, Sumudaerji, 100%. Pitch the shutout, man. three rounds to nothing. I mean, it wasn't a crazy fight. He didn't get knockdowns really, unless they called that last one. Man, he ran into the crowd. He didn't get a knockdown really, unless they called that last elbow a knockdown. I don't know if it was momentum that dropped him or the actual elbow. Borjas jumped right back up and was okay. So he didn't like rock Borjas, but it was just complete domination. I mean, Borjas couldn't do anything, couldn't find a way in, couldn't land any flush strikes of any sort, kicks or punches. He landed a couple inside leg kicks. He landed some punches and elbows, but nothing that was real flush and nothing that really did any damage. So it's looking like Sumudaerji has that one in the bag easy. And I believe both of them were coming off a win, which Sumudaerji got a win over Mitch Raposo by split decision back in April. And Borjas was coming off a win as well, if I remember correctly. Let me take a look. Against Ronaldo Rodriguez, unanimous decision win for him there. So back to the losing column. They both had losing streaks before that last win. Sumudaerji was on a 3-fight losing streak before he got his last win. Now he's about to be on a 2-fight win streak. And Borjas was also on a losing streak. He was on a 2-fight losing streak. One of those being a Joshua Van, though. So Joshua Van tore him apart with the leg, with the kicks as well. Here's the official decision. Unanimous decision, Sumudaerji. That was easy to call. So, I mean, not a ton of action there, but it was a good fight for Sumudaerji. Borjas just couldn't do anything, man. He couldn't do anything at all. And it's a damn shame because he had the pressure against the cage. He was able to put Sumudaerji's back against the cage a lot, but he just wasn't advancing, wasn't able to find any openings, wasn't staying active, just pressing him against the cage. It doesn't do anything, man. It's control time, sure, but Sumudaerji is able to get out of it at one point or another always. So what's that really doing for you? Not a whole lot. And now Sumudaerji's just screaming into the mic. Not even words, just sounds. And now we wait for translation. So, I mean, impressive win for Sumudaerji, really, just to be able to control most of that fight. I mean, he got controlled against the cage, but he was in control of the fight completely all the way through. Even when he was getting pressed against the cage, he's landing elbows. He's the one being active. If you're not going to do anything with those with the grapple or with the clinch against the cage, like why you're going to keep doing that? That's not going to win you the fight unless Sumudaerji's not doing shit. But he was staying active. He was landing strikes even while he's being pressed against the cage. So yeah, easy win for Sumudaerji. Borjas needs to figure out how to get past those kicks and stop letting the kicks control him, because every time somebody starts kicking on him and they realize that he can't do anything with those kicks, that's what's going to beat him every time. If you can kick well, then you're going to beat Borjas. That's really all there is to it. Oh, he's giving big thanks to Uriah Faber. Sumudaerji with the big one. 2 wins in a row for Sumudaerji. I don't know what these white silky scarves are, but they keep getting passed around between people. So 2 fights down, 3 to go. A fun first fight with a TKO win in the first round, and then we get to the second fight, unanimous decision win for Sumudaerji. That Naraji fight, man. Man, I don't know. That was tough. I think Kiefer Crosbie just made such a huge mistake, but it happens. And Crosby's probably in trouble, possibly getting cut after that. Kevin Borjas is now, what's his record? Now he's 1-3 in the UFC. Wow, that's tough. And I mean, his first loss was to Joshua Van. That was his debut fight too. That's a tough debut fight, but Joshua Van wasn't the Joshua Van of today back then. It wasn't that long ago, but I mean, Joshua Van's been a breakout lately. So it's still a tough fight to debut on, but I mean, Borjas just can't do shit with somebody that can kick well. And he's shown and proved that. So he's going to have to find a way around that. Next up, we got Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez-Acosta in the heavyweight division. So the big boys going at it next. Number 2 versus number 7 in the rankings. Pavlovich is 7-3 in the UFC. Cortez-Acosta 7-1. I'm watching Cortez-Acosta. They showed his TKO win. I don't know who that was against, but that fool looked drunk as he punched him, and he looked like he's doing the drunk dance. Cortez-Acosta almost took out the ref. I forgot about that one. So back to commercial break we go. These commercials. The fucking Bud Light commercial with Peyton Manning keeps getting played over and over again. And Burger King. Fucking Burger King. I don't know about you, the Burger King commercial gets real tiring because it's like a little jingle and then it gets stuck in your head. So you're just singing BK, have it your way in your fucking head for like all day because you hear it so damn much. And this is one of the rare times I'm not drinking alcohol. I waking up and drinking right away doesn't work for me most of the time unless I'm in Vegas or at Country Thunder. I'll wake up straight out of bed and grab a drink. Sounds crazy, but those are the times that it makes sense. When I'm in Vegas especially, I'm like, I can't wait to get out of the room and get a drink. Usually if we drive, I'll have drinks with me because I take alcohol with me and stuff. But if we're flying, it's a little harder unless we stop at a store somewhere and get some alcohol, and then I'll have it in the room. And I'll legit get up and be like, I'm making a drink. Country Thunder is like a music festival, and you basically camp out. I mean, obviously we have RVs and trailers and shit. So with that being said, I can walk to the fridge and grab a drink. I can walk outside into an ice chest and grab a drink. So I'm usually the first one up anyway. So I basically wake up, brush my teeth, and act like Kesha, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. No, I'll usually pick up like a twisted tea or something and just get to it. But yeah, on these regular days, it's like I'm not partying all day today, so I do not have alcohol in my hand at the moment. I thought about getting a Red Bull vodka. I did bring a Red Bull in here, and I might actually pop that open right now because that sounds good at the moment. I was drinking some nice cold tea at the moment that isn't twisted. But Red Bull sounds good right now. I might actually have to do that. Man, these commercials. Yeah, fuck it. We're going with the Red Bull. I thought about doing Red Bull vodka, but I thought about bringing Twisted too. But I thought better of it because, yeah, I don't know that I want to do that at 4 o'clock in the morning. Again, it's not Vegas. And I woke up to do this. I haven't been up all night. Cut water for breakfast. You know what's funny? I actually have some cut waters in the fridge. I have the Long Island iced tea one, and I've had that one before when we were doing the drink testing or drink tasting back in the day. I'm pretty sure I had the Long Island one, and I thought I liked it. So I must be out of practice with that because it was harsh. I was like, holy shit, what am I doing here? Why am I drinking this? I couldn't take a sip without making the like if I just took a shot. So yeah, no cut water, but I mean, I could have had one. I thought about it, but yeah, I'm not doing it. Tommy, what time is it for you right now? Anyway, it's got to be early for you too. What the hell are you doing up? Here we go. Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez-Acosta. Here's your next matchup. Both these guys coming off a win. Cortez-Acosta, 5-fight win streak. Pavlovich looking to extend his win streak to 2. Cortez-Acosta fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out. He's the underdog at plus 215. Oh, shit. Salsa boy. Let's see. He's coming off a 5-fight win streak. He's got wins over Lucas Brzeski, Andrei Arlovsky, Robelis de Spain, Ryan Spann, and Sergey Spivak. Pretty good lineup there. I mean, I talked about it on Thursday. I mean, it's not like the biggest feat there with some of those wins, but Pavlovich coming off a win over Jairzinho Rozenstruik. But Rozenstruik will be fighting in this week coming up in DBX 3 Dirty Boxing. He was supposed to be fighting Rob Perez, who I have interviewed before, but Rob Perez got injured, which is a damn shame. But it's for their inaugural heavyweight championship, and Rob Perez was there ready to go and fight, and he got injured. So Rozenstruik has a new opponent. I don't remember at the moment who it is, but I'll cover that this week coming up. So at least we have that to look forward to. I'll talk about that this week. Here we go, start of the first round. But Rozenstruik looking to get a title in DBX, and he looked good in his first fight. So, of course, the feeling out process begins with the big boys. Cortez-Acosta looking for those leg kicks early. Pavlovich, a left hand that grazes Acosta. We'll see if this gets to the ground. That'll favor Acosta. But Pavlovich is looking to get a big win here and end that 5-fight win streak of Cortez-Acosta. Pavlovich looking for a way in. Some feint. Acosta with a big shot to the body, but misses. Big leg kick for Acosta, but barely grazes Pavlovich. Let's go. Somebody's got to find an opening here. A lot of hand play. Some patty cake going on. Pavlovich is pressuring Acosta with his back against the cage. Yeah, Sergey's stalking him right now. Acosta's trying to keep him at bay with those leg kicks. Oh, that was a head clash of heads right there. Acosta, as he came in, clashed heads with Pavlovich. Nothing came of it, though. Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that. Pavlovich caught him with the right hand after that head clash. Cortez keeps leading with his head, man. He needs to fucking stop that shit. Where's the ref on that one? Oh, big exchange. Here we go. Big swings from both. Pavlovich with a big right hand. Just misses. Acosta looking like he might have gotten hit somewhat flush on one of those shots because he's blinking his eyes a lot. Christian Garcia, what's up? What are you're doing? You're fucking up early too, huh? You got some bets going for this one, trying to win some money. Cortez looking for that body shot. I keep saying, oh shit, big exchange. They keep clashing heads, man. Somebody's gonna get busted open with those fucking headbutts. I keep saying Cortez. It's Cortez-Acosta. I do have one, but I'm getting ready to go to work, bro. Oh shit. Okay. Are you actually watching the fights or just watching me? Oh shit. Big right hand by Acosta. Pavlovich follows up with a couple strikes of his own. Doesn't seem too phased. Pressing Acosta against the cage. And they're off. Back to the center. Some big exchanges so far. Couple good shots landed by both guys. Now I'm here, but I'm about to put the fight in the background. All right, cool. Well, thanks for jumping in, man. I appreciate you, as always, supporting. Waiting for these big boys to get going. Oh, leg kick by Acosta. Pavlovich follows up with a right hand. Made 600 on LFA last night. Hell yeah, man. Good for you. The commentaries stumbling on their words as well. Laura Sanko sounding like she's choking on some. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I didn't mean that. Acosta with a big right hand, but nothing much going on there. Pavlovich looking like he's trying to find a good opening here. Acosta throwing some jabs and some leg kicks. Ooh, good uppercut almost landed on Acosta by Pavlovich. Did you catch what I said, Christian? Is that what you said? 10 seconds left in the first round. Kind of back and forth, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know who got that one. Close round. Close round. They both landed some good shots. You know, the clash of heads a couple times in there. Cortez-Acosta needs to watch himself in those entries because, you know, that could cost him some points or the fight if something happens, you know, with those clash of heads. Christian, you're going to be able to see the rest of the fights, or you're going to have to get to work before that? And what time is it where you are? Shit. Fucking going to work early, huh? I guess on a regular day for me, I'd be getting up in an hour to get ready to go to work. But I'm lucky enough to have the weekends off, thankfully. Trying to figure out what this commercial was for. Goodyear? Oh, so the next fight night is in Paris. I forgot about that. All right, here we go. Start a second round. Little pot shots from both these guys to start the second round. Nothing big just yet. Oh, big uppercut by Pavlovich. He keeps throwing that uppercut as Acosta comes running in. If he lands that uppercut, man, it's going to be a nasty one. Ooh, big leg kick for Acosta. Oh, so his shorts actually say Cortez, not Cortez-Acosta. So maybe that's why I kept saying Cortez. Either way, he's got a hyphenated last name. Either one of them works as far as I'm concerned. Pavlovich just reaching out there and pawing with that jab, but not really throwing much behind it. Oh, big exchange there. Both landing again. Both landing with the jab. I feel like this is leading up to something big. Like something big's gonna happen with these heavyweights, especially when they keep filling each other out, and then when they come together and start exchanging. Oh, big right hand for Pavlovich as Acosta tries to jump in. He looks all right though, nothing crazy. Pavlovich looks locked in, but Acosta keeps throwing wild strikes as he's trying to jump in on him. Oh, big right hand knocks Acosta back. He's okay. Bounced off the cage, but he's fine at the moment. But that was a stunning right hand for Pavlovich. We get short spurts of action, and then they get back to the center and start filling each other out again. That's why I say something's gonna happen, someone's gonna explode, and we're gonna get a big exchange, and someone might actually get dropped. So far, Acosta seems to be the one catching the bigger of the strikes. Pavlovich, the stalker at the moment. Oh, backing up Acosta at all times for the most part. Good leg kick for Acosta. Pavlovich with 2 of his own inside leg kicks. Pavlovich with the feint, but he's not following up. There's a good jab. Come on. Let's go. Oh, big right hand for Pavlovich again, and he follows up with a good left jab. Acosta's eating these shots, though. Is not looking very phased by him. Again, big explosive exchanges, but then back to just filling each other out. Ooh, another counter right hand for Pavlovich. Acosta tried to come in with the leading uppercut, but it missed. And he paid for it with that counter right from Pavlovich. Oh, a little bit of a low kick there by Pavlovich. He gives Acosta his time. They shake hands and back to it. Acosta's still grabbing his shit, though. Body kick by Pavlovich. Acosta has 10 kids? God damn. Homeboy needs to get kicked in the balls and calm that shit down a little bit. Big exchange. Nothing really landed, though. Acosta with the big right hand. Pavlovich follows up. Acosta trying to put together some jabs right now, but nothing's really landing. Pavlovich keeping that head movement going. Acosta missing every jab he's throwing. Oh, runs in again, leading with his head, hits it on the shoulder of Pavlovich. 10 seconds left of the second round. Not too exciting of a second round here. Big exchanges again, but big leg kick for Pavlovich. That's it. End of the second. I think Pavlovich is edging it out here. Acosta's, trying to explode in, but he keeps getting caught. So I feel like Pavlovich is just edging this one out. Nothing too crazy going on just yet. Big explosive exchanges, but no one really seems to be landing anything flush enough to cause a big deal, except for Pavlovich with that one. It threw Acosta back a little bit, but still, Acosta's in there. He just needs to stop jumping in with his head, man, because that's gonna be what gets him caught, or he's gonna, they're gonna clash heads. It's gonna cause a problem. And I mean that last one he just did, he actually slammed his head against Pavlovich's shoulder. He's gonna knock himself out doing that shit. All right, here we go. Back from the commercial break. Man, we don't have a pay-per-view until October. No pay-per-views in September because we were supposed to have Noche in Mexico, but that got changed to a fight night because of the Canelo Crawford fight, basically, and their venue fell out. So Noche UFC still happening, but in San Antonio, and it's a fight night now. Diego Lopez versus Jean Silva, I think. So October 4th is the next pay-per-view. Good combination by Pavlovich, backing up Acosta a bit. Still no big strikes like landing flush and really causing too much damage from either fighter. You know, we had some strikes land from Pavlovich. That's why I feel like he's edging this one out so far. 2 rounds to none. And Acosta seems to be wanting to jump in, but keeps getting caught. So Pavlovich working on the legs right now. Acosta acknowledging throwing some of his own. Back and forth. That was a big one by Pavlovich. Ooh, outside leg kick. And I think he's noticing that Acosta's kind of feeling those. Oh, big right hand by Pavlovich. Follows up, but Acosta's okay. That was the biggest punch of the fight. Acosta's signing that he's fine, though. Back in there. Still on that outside leg kick from Pavlovich. Good jab by Acosta up the middle. Pavlovich looking to counter some of these rushing strikes that Acosta's doing, but that outside leg kick is killing Acosta right now, I bet. Oh, now he's saying that he got poked in the eye. Ref doesn't see it. Ref doesn't call it. Pavlovich he's trying to get those counters in because Acosta just keeps jumping in all crazy and reckless. That's gonna why he keeps pointing about issues. Acosta does. He keeps complaining, whether it be a low kick or an eye poke, but Mark Goddard's like, shut up and fight. Ooh. Oh, good right hand by Acosta there, landing on Pavlovich. But yeah, the lunges, man, leading with his head too. I'm surprised Pavlovich hasn't caught him yet. Oh, there we go. Couple punches by Pavlovich against the cage, but Acosta's all right. Looks like his nose is busted up a little bit, though. Acosta, he keeps pawing at his nose. Pavlovich going for the takedown from far away, too. That was ugly. And now they're back. Exchanging leg kicks. I think Pavlovich is just trying to keep him guessing. And there's Acosta with those big, crazy strikes. Winding up. It's just, I don't know, man. Those are weird strikes. And there's Pavlovich. Oh, he caught him. Oh, Acosta looks a little stunned, but he's all right now. He keeps pawing at that nose, though, so I think he fucked his nose up a little bit. Oh, good uppercut by Pavlovich. Acosta fighting back. A good straight left by Pavlovich. A good straight left by Acosta now. But if Pavlovich can keep working on that nose, man, Acosta's nose is messing with him big time. Oh, there's another left by Pavlovich, followed up by a right, barely grazing. Acosta with a couple good jabs, though. Clinch against the cage. Oh, spinning back fist by Pavlovich just hits him in the arms. 40 seconds left in the third round. Good jab by Pavlovich. Oh, Acosta caught a nice counter in there, but unfazed by Pavlovich. What time is it for these fighters? They got jet lag. They probably do, Oh shit, it's like prime time over there in Shanghai right now, I think. It's probably what, like 9 o'clock? 8:30, 9 o'clock. Acosta pointing down. Shut the fuck up, dude. You can't even. uh, that was weird. That was a weird one. Pavlovich looks tired. So does Acosta, but Acosta's the one that has the damage, and I'm pretty sure this is an easy win for Pavlovich here. Acosta didn't do a whole lot, winding up big on those strikes, but not really landing. Pavlovich landed all the significant strikes that mattered, I think. Acosta landed a few, but didn't really phase Pavlovich that much. I think Pavlovich is more tired than anything. So I'm thinking that's going to be unanimous decision win for Pavlovich on that one. So 2 decisions in a row. Nothing crazy in either one of those fights after we had a nice TKO win in the first fight of the night for the main card. But some controversy in that one still. Hopefully, with this Ortega and Aljamain Sterling fight, we get some good action. Because it started off okay, and then we got into some just long drawn out fights. Now, apparently, Ortega and Sterling is supposed to be a 5-round fight. I don't know if they changed that after the weight cutting issues and the catch weights, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. They're showing the crowd. It looks like a lot of people are getting up and walking. Probably bathroom break or snack break or some shit, though. Pavlovich with his hand up. He has a couple cuts and scrapes on his face, but nothing crazy. Acosta has that, his nose is busted up a bit. Official decision. Unanimous decision, Sergey Pavlovich. Yep. There we go. So on my Panda Express just brought out a fresh batch of orange chicken. Oh my god.
Bruh.
Fucking Tommy. Tommy's Asian, so he can say that. Oh, that's fucking funny though. Oh man. Yeah, so Pavlovich with the win against Acosta. Nothing crazy. I mean, it wasn't domination. It wasn't, I mean, it was just a good win. They even had some round. Some of the judges gave a round to Cortez-Acosta. Even I don't know which one because I'm not sure that I saw any rounds for him winning really. But 2 out of the 3 judges gave at least 1 round to Cortez-Acosta. So kind of a weird one. But we'll see what's next for Pavlovich. Let's see who he's going to call out, if anybody. Pavlovich said, Dana, I want a war every time. He didn't call anybody out. So we have to wait for the 2 translators. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. We have to wait for translation from Russian to English and then from English to Chinese. Like, holy shit. You can't let this dude talk too much. It has to be translated twice. Pavlovich trying to get a UFC contract for his friend. That's an interesting color. I'm not sure that I've seen the brown and what is that, orange or yellow? I'm not sure that I've seen that color scheme. It's weird because their shirts are brown and yellowish orange. Zhang Weili, but yet his shorts are black, so it's kind of strange. Well, they keep pushing this UFC 320, which is going to be a good one. I mean, Ankalaev versus Pereira 2. That's the next UFC pay-per-view, October 4th. Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. That'll be damn good. Yuri versus Khalil Roundtree. Hell yeah. Josh Emmett versus Yusuf Salau. Should be a good one there. And Abus Magomedov versus Joe Pyfer. Woo-wee. That's a hell of a main card, man. And we'll see if Pereira can bounce back and get his title back. I mean, he did the same shit when he was down in the middleweight division. He lost his title and then he wound up moving up. So after he lost his title here in the light heavyweight division, he is coming back to try to regain that title, not moving up this time. So we'll see if he can become a 2-time champion in the light heavyweight division against Magomed Ankalaev. Ortega doesn't look too bad considering how horrible he looked on weigh-ins yesterday. Aljo looks like he always does. Yeah, it's a good point by Lorosenko. Aljamain Sterling is a great wrestler. Ortega has really good jiu-jitsu. I mean, Sterling has good jiu-jitsu too, but I think if it comes down to jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu, Ortega's got the upper hand. But mixing that in with the wrestling, Aljo is good at both. But Aljo also has some good striking. We've seen Ortega with some decent boxing, but he gets busted up a lot. He gets touched a lot. So it's a tough one. It's a toss-up. I'm thinking Aljamain's gonna win for sure. Brian Ortega just seems to crumble against a higher level, especially when he had that hard of a weight cut. We're doing this at a catch weight at 153. Supposed to be at 145 initially, so. They're just showing the highlights of Aljamain's last fight. He did a lot of wrestling in that fight. Evloev just, got the better of him. He wasn't able to put anything together. So, I mean, he did well. It's just, it wasn't a winning effort. So he's looking to bounce back and get a good win here. Unfortunately, with the weight issues with Ortega, it's not happening at the right weight, but he can still make a statement with a big win here. Aljamain Sterling doesn't help himself with some of the haters when he says stuff like he does. I don't know. Some of the things he says is just kind of cringe. I would love to see Ortega do well, but the problem is with the weight cutting issues, it's going to be tough. Even if he gets a big win, a lot of people are still going to question question him and what he's capable of because he's had weight cutting issues in the past. And then with this one where basically it got canceled and then they went ahead and still made it at a catch weight, which I assume is because Aljamain Sterling's like, I didn't come to fucking Shanghai to not fight. So he's like, if he's cleared to fight, let's fucking fight. Which makes sense, especially being the co-main. I'm sure the UFC did not want that fight to be canceled, considering there was only 5 fights on the main card as it was. With the way that the prelims went, though, I mean, if they would have moved somebody up, they might have gotten some, good explosive fights up there. But of course, the name value isn't there. So that would be probably why they didn't want to have to do that. So, I mean, I'm glad this fight didn't get scrapped, but it's going to be tough for Ortega. He's going to have to do something real big in order to be recognized and to overshadow the weight cutting issues and the problems he had. Man, there was some some shade being thrown by Tracy Cortez, just saying that basically Brian Ortega is just stuck in his ways. He doesn't listen, and if he would, if he would kind of budge on being stubborn, that he would do a lot better. And I've heard that before in the past about Ortega, so it kind of makes me wonder, like, what his problem is. It's like, I don't think he's lazy. I just think that he doesn't want to change things up, and he does things the way he feels comfortable, and it just doesn't work all the time. So Aljamain Sterling walking out first. One of 15 active current former American UFC champions. Yeah, we have no American champions right now except for Kayla Harrison in the women's division. So no male American UFC champions right now, which is insane. I mean, that was more believable when we had like the Brazilians on the come up, and when they were kind of running the show for a while. But I mean, we still had American champs at that point. The fact that we don't have any right now kind of says something for the UFC, which is they have the USA market kind of cornered. They've gotten as big as they can in the US, and now they're just getting bigger and bigger internationally. And I guess it's good for the UFC to have a bunch of champs that are not American when they're so big internationally. But it's still tough because, the UFC, people say, is bigger than ever, but for the hardcores, it doesn't seem that way. And here comes Ortega walking out again with this brown and yellow color scheme. Is fucking strange. He's got his shorts all hiked up too. It looks all weird. He looks like he's good though. It doesn't look like he's got any issues. He's walking out like normal. That's interesting. Never lost back-to-back fights outside of a shoulder injury that cost him one of his fights. That his only time he lost back-to-back fights. So yeah, let's see how he looks after that weight cut problem, and now fighting at a catch weight. I mean, is that gonna hinder him? Is that gonna, is he gonna be able to come out looking like normal? And on top of that, I mean, how much of a advantage is that going to put Aljamain Sterling, considering he's got to cut weight regardless of the fact that he moved up in weight? He still has to cut weight. So, with him not having to cut as much weight, it might actually be an advantage for him. How do we cut to a commercial right at that moment when Ortega's walking in the cage? That was a strange call. And of course, we have two commercials. This is fucking weird. I don't understand it. It is what it is. We got to deal with it. But we got the co-main event happening right now. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. We're lucky to have this fight considering the weight cutting issues that Ortega had. It almost got canceled. But we're here. 5 rounds for the co-main event. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Both of them coming off a loss. But Ortega's never been subbed. Aljo's... Yeah, I messed that one up too. I forgot. Damn it, I didn't go back and fix it. Anyway, Aljamain Sterling, almost minus 500 favorite. Ortega, the underdog, plus 380. And here we go. See, this is weird. Now they have the water bottles with the UFC labels on them. But before they were those last event, it was Drip, which I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if that was a new sponsor, if they were trying something out, but all the bottles were that big yellow label that said Drip. So I don't know what's going on with the water, because before they were using Monster water. So I don't know if they're going through a transitional phase of sponsors with water or what. Maybe it's just because they're international right now. I don't know. But it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see the difference in stuff like that. I notice those kinds of little things every once in a while. But those drip bottles stood out quite a bit with those big yellow labels. And before, it was just, we're used to seeing the Monster. I'm just waiting for this fight to get started, so I'm talking about random shit. Sorry. All right. Getting ready to start this co-main event. 5 rounds between Brian Ortega, Aljamain Sterling at a catch weight 153. Some different ring girls in there, I see. All right, here we go. Start of the first round. First of 5. They meet in the middle, touch gloves, and here we go. Eljo with the green braids. Got the feeling out process happening. Eljo with the jab. Nothing coming of it, though. Eljo trying to jump in with some punches to the body. Not really landing. Ortega with the footwork, just circling the cage on the outside. Eljo taking the center. Ooh, good jab by Aljamain. First real strike landed. Couple punches by Eljo, nothing coming of it. Oh, big right hand, though, landing on the side of Ortega's head there. And a good leg kick that drops Ortega. Right back up, though. Ortega throwing a leg kick of his own. Oh, Ortega landed a good left there on Eljo. But he's good. Ooh, Aljamain working those leg kicks, man. They're landing hard. You can hear them. Eljo with a couple right hands. Big exchange there, but nothing really landing. Eljo with that nasty oblique kick. Ooh, big right hand by Eljo, but it just missed. Ortega with the counter. That missed as well, though. Both of them looking for an opening here. Eljo not trying to jump in too quick so he doesn't get countered. There's a good short left hook by Eljo. Man, this is just like, oof. Okay, Ortega coming in with a couple strikes. Misses, but Eljo catches him with a quick left. Good leg kick by Eljo. Feigning with the kicks again. Ooh. Eljo's throwing those leg kicks with authority, man. He's definitely trying to get some damage happening on those legs of Ortega. Trying to wear him out early, considering he's, who knows where he's sitting with his stamina after that hard weight cut. Inside leg kick to outside leg kick for Eljo. 1:30 left in the first round. Ortega, he's just kind of there. Quick jab for Eljo that lands. Ortega looks locked in, but he's just bouncing around and not really engaging at the moment on the defense. Oh, Aljo with a quick right. Ortega with the high kick that misses. Aljo with the counter left. Oh, good outside leg kick for Aljo again. He's beating up those legs and he's landing quick jabs. It's all going to add up if Ortega doesn't start throwing something back. Oh, good body kick by Aljo. $20 left of the first round. Damn, 2 strikes landed for Ortega in the first round. That's crazy. And so this is all Aljo. 10 seconds left. Oh, good left counter by Aljamain. Ortega rushing in and getting caught. Yep, that was good first round for Aljamain Sterling. Ortega getting landed on as usual. His face is already looking a little red. I'm sure that leg's a little beat up. Aljamain Sterling is definitely working on those legs. So that's going to add up later in the rounds. And Ortega is going to be busted up here quick if he keeps letting all of those shots by Aljamain Sterling get through. It seems like, Ortega's footwork is pretty decent. He bounces around, he works it back and forth, left and right, but he keeps his head on that center line and he's always getting hit. Always getting hit. He needs to work that head movement a little more or find a better defense with those hands. Because he just always letting strikes get through. What the fuck is with these commercials, man? Is it just so early that that these commercials seem weird to me, or are they just weird fucking commercials? All right, here we go. Getting back to it. First round goes to Aljamain Sterling. Ortega looks a little red in the face already. Start of round 2. Here we go. There you go. Ortega's hands up a little higher this time. Moving the upper body a little more. Aljo's still finding a home for that jab though with the left hand. Ortega with the high kick and it misses. Body shot for Aljo. What? He just punched Ortega's leg. That was strange. Ortega's got to find some angles, man. Like Aljo's defense is so wide and he bounces around so much and he's always threatening with that leg kick and Ortega just seems to be struggling with it. He throws a shot up the middle and it gets defended. Just out of range for that body shot he just threw. Just out of range again for that right hand. Aljamain Sterling's defense is good. Ortega just can't seem to get in on him. They're talking about his leg being busted up already. Ooh. Good right hand by Aljo. It's hard to tell. Ortega's hair is so bouncy that every shot looks like it's a lot, but it might not be. Who knows? Aljo's throwing some weird angles. Ortega with the kick to the body. Aljo with that push kick. Ortega throwing a jab out there, but nothing. Another jab. His corner said, now you're warming up. Oh, he did land that right hand, though. Ooh, good jab by Aljo. He just throws the head back of Ortega every time he lands that jab. I don't know if it's the hair or if he's actually landing that hard. He just landed another right hand and another one. Good exchange there. Ortega gets one in. Ooh, Good left by Aljo again on the chin. Aljo's being patient and tactical. This could be good for him in the later rounds. He's dodging everything that Ortega's throwing. He's not engaging in crazy exchanges. So he's fighting pretty smart here. It doesn't hurt that Ortega's just kind of being hesitant though. Ooh, good exchange there. They both landed. Aljamain slapping the lead hand away from Ortega. That was interesting. Aljo always does some shit. Good or bad. Ooh, big right hand by Aljo just grazes. I mean, big right hand by Ortega just grazes Aljo. Jesus. God, that jab is just working for Sterling. That's the thing, it seems, with Ortega is he lets those kinds of strikes. Oh, good right hand. That was a punch and it caught Ortega in the eye. Why did he call time when that was a punch? Wait, Herb Dean says it was a punch, tells him to keep fighting. Ortega doesn't do anything. And he's throwing his hands up. Yeah, it was a full-on punch just because it hit the eye. That was a weird one. I don't understand that one, but okay. Yeah, because if Eljo would have jumped on him and he didn't do nothing, and Ortega's just standing there with his hands up, Eljo could have landed something big on him. Yeah, Brian now circling big, trying to get that eye to come back because he's wincing a bit with it. And the crowd's booing because it looks like Brian is running at this point. I get it, though. He's trying to get that eye to come back. There we go. Those double jab. Ooh, good exchange there. Lands a right hand for Ortega. 10 seconds in the second round. Yeah, all Aljo at this point. Yep, that's it. 2 rounds down, both going to Aljamain Sterling. Nothing crazy happening here so far. I mean, Aljo looks crisp with his boxing. He's landing good jabs. He's, getting the leg kicks in there. He slowed down a bit on the leg kicks in this round. I think he should head back to that because he's just going to keep wearing Ortega down with those leg kicks. He landed a couple, but not as many as the first round. He did land a lot of good jabs. I mean, he's throwing Ortega's head back with those jabs, so he's snapping them nicely. Ortega did land a few more punches in this round than he did in the last. There's that punch that it was basically like a big winging punch, and he kind of caught him with his thumb in the eye, but it's a punch. That was a weird exchange and a weird timeout. I don't know why Herb Dean would have even called that one. It's weird, but Ortega's eyes kind of busted up now. So that's going to affect him quite a bit in this fight now, because he already had some shit going against him. So here we go, start of the third round. Ooh, good leg kick. Oh, good right hand for Ortega, though, off of that leg kick that stumbled him a little bit. Ortega's looking like he's got a sense of urgency, ready to go, starting to throw a little more. Ooh, Aljo catches him with that quick jab again, though. The crowd booing again. Oh, good body kick for Ortega. Oh, looked like it was a low kick, but Eljo says he's good. Good leg kick again by Eljo. Starting to stalk a little more. Ortega throwing bigger kicks now. Oh, another good body kick by Ortega. Ortega's eyes leaking a bit, huh? A little bit of blood coming down there. Eljo's winging punches a bit more wild this time. He seems to be kind of coming out and around instead of keeping it nice and crisp like he was before. He needs to go back to those good straight jabs that he was flipping out there. Now he's throwing some wild punches. It's getting a little bit sloppy. Oh, good leg kick by Ortega. Eljo catches and lands a right hand. Ooh, good left jab again. There's that crisp, nice jab by Eljo. But he's winging those punches when he's not jabbing, and he needs to keep that jab up. Double jab right there. That was good. Again, another jab and another. He's picking him apart with that jab. He needs to keep that going until he opens up Ortega and then throw the bigger punch, but stop winging it out from fucking the hip. Keep it crisp and keep it tight, man. That's going to be what wins him the fight. Oh, that jab, that left jab is fucking working, though. He keeps snapping the head back of Ortega. Oh, good leg kick. Drops Ortega. Tries to follow up with some big punches, but not much going. That jab keeps landing. He's gonna bust up Ortega's face with that jab if he keeps that up. And that's a good thing for Eljo. Oh, he got the right and then the left jab. As he's backing up too. Ortega needs to find a way to defend those jabs. Good leg kick by Ortega. There's another jab. And then an outside leg kick for Eljo. Ooh, that was a weird, awkward jab, but he landed it. Right hand for Eljo. Ortega is still leaving his head in the middle. He's looking a little more busted up. High kick for Eljo, halfway defended. Yeah, Ortega backing up Eljo a little bit, but Eljo's still active. Ortega just always gets busted up, man. Always. Yeah, Ortega, pull the fucking trigger. Oh, there's that jab again by Eljo. Good leg kick again for Eljo. Just working on that leg, working that jab. Ooh, tried to throw a knee up the middle. Gets caught by Ortega, but Eljo's good. $25 seconds left in the third round. Ortega pressing forward a little more in this round, but still all Eljo as far as damage and control. Ooh, good exchange there. Ortega landed a good shot. Eljo, oh, spinning back fist by Eljo. Hey, Ortega turned it up a little bit at the end. He landed some shots in that round. That was a little bit of a better round for him, but Aljamain Sterling still beating him up with that jab, double jabbing it, landing, snapping his head, landing the leg kicks. He got a little sloppy winging the punches there in parts of that round, and I feel like he's dropping his hands a little bit too much, getting a little too comfortable. Ortega's rushing in, but he's not taking advantage of those, those things that Eljo's doing, like winging those punches. If Ortega would, get that crisp boxing going again and start snapping those jabs in there like Eljo's doing while he's trying to throw those big winging punches, he might have some success. Spinning back elbow for Eljo. I thought it was a spinning back fist. Oh, that kind of rocked. That kind of rocked Ortega a little bit. He said his elbow's hurting a bit. So yeah, he caught that spinning back elbow pretty clean. Ortega, man, he is a dog. He can hang with a lot of damage, but that damage adds up quick. And his eye looks horrible right now. His nose is pretty beat up. Here we go. 4th round. All Aljamain Sterling up to this point. Oh, Ortega coming in with the triple jab. Not landing much though, and Aljo comes in with a quick left of his own and lands. Yeah, Ortega throwing a jab out there with his fingers open. God damn that jab of Aljo. It looks so good with somebody like Ortega who just lets it happen. Aljo staying active on the feet, circling quite a bit, jumping in and out. And Ortega just staying in there. Not a lot of back and side to side movement for Ortega, just kind of back and forth. Good jab again for Aljo. That left jab, man, it's so good right now. I feel like it might not work that well against other people, but against Ortega, it's just doing the job. Ooh, good combo for Aljo. Ortega getting Aljo against the cage. Aljo fights his way out. Circling. Some big punches being thrown, but nothing landing really. Ortega just can't keep up with Aljo. He can't find an opening. He can't seem to cut him off. And he can't seem to put together some punches and start landing. He just keeps getting busted up. Aljo's good on his feet, good moving back and forth, and good with the in and out pot shots and the jabs. He's doing the right thing. Oh, good shot. Good right hand for Aljo on that one. Snaps Ortega's head back. And again, just circling back and forth. Aljo looks like he's maybe got poked in the eye or something because he keeps wincing at that eye. Ooh, Ortega putting a little bit of pressure on, but Aljo makes his way out of there. 2:20 left in the 4th round. Aljo with the jabs again. Ortega landing a couple of his own as well, but not nearly as effective as Aljamain. And Ortega's just throwing some shit out there while Aljo throws one shot and lands. And Ortega's not landing anything. Yeah, the commentary saying Ortega's not pulling the trigger. It's pretty much what it is. And when he does, he gets caught as he comes in. Good exchange there. Ortega putting pressure. Had Aljo against the cage. Aljo turns it around. Now has Ortega against the cage, landing some knees. Foot stomps for Sterling. Ooh, that was a knee up the middle. It looked a little low. Oh, Aljo takes down Ortega. And now Ortega's going to work from his back, but he's pressed up against the cage, so he doesn't have a lot of space. Full guard for Ortega. Aljo just pressing with the underhooks. $50 seconds left in the 4th round. Aljo just holding him down. Pressure. Don't grab the fence. Ortega's grabbing. Okay, he's out. Ortega wrapping up the body with the body lock, trying to grab a guillotine maybe. 20 seconds left. Aljo with the control. Ortega trying to work the position, but not being successful. Yeah, Aljo's just with that top pressure. Ooh, ground and pound. Winging some punches there. 5 seconds left. Still throwing body shots even on the ground. Yep. Yet another round for Aljamain Sterling. 4-0. I don't see any which way that Brian Ortega's won any of these rounds, which is just a damn shame considering. Man, they need to wake Ortega up for this last round because he's just not doing a whole lot. He said there's no round to win. We're going to finish, that's exactly it. That's what he needs to hear. Don't win the round, win the fight. It's about the only way he's going to win this fight is to finish it. Whether it be submission or a knockout, but he needs to do something because at this point, he's down 4-0. Good thing I came prepared. A little bit of a snack. Here we go. Start of the 5th round. Man, we get a TKO in the first round. Exciting, controversial, and then it just a bunch of decisions, man. After the way that the prelims went, I don't regret getting up and doing this, but it's tough. I was hoping for a bit more action out of this. Oh, good right hand by Ortega. Damn. Aljo looks fine, but that one affected him for sure. Sterling still circling. Ortega coming out with some big punches. Ooh, good left hand by Aljo. Ties him up. Ortega turns him around, puts Aljo against a cage. Aljo's out of it. Throws some punches. Ooh, good right hand landed on the breakaway by Ortega. Ortega's definitely pressing more forward. Ortega goes for the takedown. Aljamain Sterling wraps him up, though, and Ortega winds up on his back with Aljo in his full guard. And here we go. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left of the 5th round. They're on the ground, likely to stay here. We'll see what Aljo does with this. T-City looking to try to get that triangle, but he hasn't been T-City in quite a while, honestly. Throwing some elbows from the bottom, Ortega, as Aljo just presses his head in the chest of Ortega. There's some punches coming from Aljo now after Herb Dean says to get to work. Ooh, a knee to the chest of Ortega by Sterling on the way up. That was close. Now they're back on their feet. Aljo trying to work in some punches. Ortega throwing an uppercut but missing. Oh, good right hand on the entry for Ortega. Yeah, that one hurt Aljo. What if Ortega comes back and wins this in the 5th round? That would be insane. Aljamain Sterling's backing up, man. Ortega's stalking him. Holy shit. That might have hurt Aljo a little more than we thought. Okay, he's getting his feet under him. Oh. Ortega throwing his hands up. Herb Dean's telling him to stop running. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ooh, good exchange there. Aljo coming out on top. That was a good jab. Still fucking running around for Aljo. 2 minutes left of the 5th round. Lands a good right hook there. Ortega pressing forward. Ooh, good left hook by Ortega on that one. Oh, big right hand by Ortega. Gets Aljo to get his back. Oh, shit. Aljo turning into the backpack, or trying to. Aljo dragging Ortega back to the ground after they stood up. Oh, Aljo getting the hooks in. He's got one in. Got the... Oh, turns around. Trying to get on top of Ortega. Winds up in full guard. Head on the chest again. Ortega dropping some elbows. Butterfly guard for Ortega. Trying to get some leverage on Aljo. Oh shit, Ortega looking for an arm. Transitioning to a possible triangle. Now he's out. He's landing some punches on Aljo though from the bottom. How effective are they? I'm not sure, but he's still looking for that triangle. Aljo looks comfortable though. Just exchanging punches on the ground here. Aljo, big punches, winging him. He's got to be careful because he could get stuck in a submission if he gets too crazy. Ooh, Ortega pushes him away. Aljo lands a good left hand, gets him back on the ground. Working the ground and pound right now. Aljamain's still on top. Ooh, T-City busted up, man. Ortega's busted up in the face. Bloody. 10 seconds left of the 5th round. Aljamain Sterling's just going ape shit now. Or trying to. He looks tired. Ortega throwing the big kicks and it's over. Well, good effort at the end there by Ortega, man. It looks like he actually caught Aljo with one of those punches, and that's when Aljo started kind of circling quite a bit, maybe running away if you want to call it that. I mean, he did get warned by the ref, and Herb Dean stopped him and told him engage. So I guess he was running. But either way, at the end of the round, there's no way that Ortega did anything that mattered in that round. As far as the way the fight went, because he was already down 4 rounds. So good effort in the last round, but that sense of urgency needed to kick in a bit earlier. So it's definitely going to be a win for Aljamain Sterling. Man, you know it's crazy when you see commercials that look like TikTok edits. I mean, we're getting the Dr. Dre song with what looks like a TikTok edit for a commercial. Talk about the influence of TikTok, right? Aljo knows he got that one in the bag. But he's gonna, you know what? People are gonna talk shit and say that he was running, he got hurt, and he ran. But you know what? Ortega took way too long to fucking engage. Took way too long to put some shit together and start landing. He took too long to get started. That's all there is to it. Aljamain Sterling with the unanimous decision win. So far with my CST staff picks, I think I am I don't think I've lost any yet. Double check that real quick as Aljo talks to Michael Bisping. Naraji, Sumudaerji, Pavlovich, Sterling. So now if Zang wins the main event, I go 5 for 5. So not bad. Aljo said he got a little tired at the end of the fight. He said he wasn't trying to get knocked out in China. That's why he ran around a little bit trying to survive. Can't blame him, but, you know, with the amount of hate that he gets, people are going to talk mad shit. The translation, man, it just takes so long. She's got a notepad that she's reading off of. This is rough.
Bruh.
How long is this translation? Fucking A. She's writing as Bisping is talking. Ugh.
Fuck!
It's like the longest translation ever. God damn it. Aljo's calling for the title fight. And now she's, oh my God.
Get your fucking shit together, my God.
This translator, man. I mean, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, you don't see too many translators being like, wait, can you say that again? What the fuck? Aljamain Sterling gets the win. I mean, he looked good. Listen, the jabs, the boxing, like, it looked crisp. It looked clean. I don't know if that would work on everybody the way that it did against Ortega, because Ortega just gets fucking hit all the time. He stays open for those punches to land. He doesn't move his head enough. He doesn't react fast enough. I think he's taken too much damage in his career. He gets busted open all the time. And, you know, he doesn't turn anything on in time to make it matter. If that was a 3-round fight, it would have been complete domination of Aljamain Sterling with nothing being shown by Ortega. The only way that anything was shown by Ortega was because it went to the 5th round and he caught him with one decent punch that put Aljo on his bike and got him to run around a little bit. But that was it. Brian Ortega needs to change something. Change his team, change his training routine, change his weight cutting routine, change fucking everything. A total revamp. But according to Tracy Cortez, it sounds like he's a stubborn motherfucker and doesn't want to do anything to change anything. So he's going to continue to struggle. And as much as I love T-City, man, he's a badass and he's had some great fights and a great career, but he's not going to get anywhere continuing to fight the way he's been fighting. Yeah, he had some success at the end there, but all that really... I just noticed that some of my lights turned off. Echo, turn on the podcast room. That's weird. I wonder how long that's been off. I just noticed that. Man, I was on one talking about Ortega too, but I let that. That's okay. Whatever. They turned back on. Here's the thing though. If Ortega just is too stubborn to change anything, he's never gonna advance. He fought for the title twice, but and he showed good. He showed something that was good in that Volkanovski fight. He almost choked him out, but he just gets hit so much, and I don't know if you can change that right now. And if your offense isn't great and you can't turn it up early and get someone in trouble early, and it takes you forever to get started, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything. You're never going to fight for that title again. And I love Ortega. I always have been a fan of his, but it just seems like he's, you know, it's kind of like Diaz, kind of like Nate Diaz, you know, nothing changes. You do the same shit always, and you have great skills when it comes to certain things, but it doesn't work against the upper echelon of the division. And when it comes to fighting for a title, or it comes to trying to make your way to the title, listen, I'm a fucking stand for Nate Diaz. I've always been a fucking huge fan, but I am realistic about it. And that's the same thing with Brian Ortega. As much as you love these guys, you know where their downfalls are. You know where their shortcomings are. And Ortega is never able to stop getting hit. He's never able to turn it up and do the damage before he gets damaged. And he's never able to get ahead on the scorecards in order to win a decision. He's never able to stop a fight. Somebody has to fall into a submission. And even then, he has trouble recently. So something has to change for Ortega, because otherwise he's just never gonna go anywhere. He's gonna keep losing fights. He's 8-5 in the UFC. Now he's on a 2-fight losing streak with 2 unanimous decision losses. So he's not getting finished a bunch, but we see the damage he takes every fucking time. Face busted open, bleeding all over the place. You know, yeah, he's durable, but that's not a good thing. It's a good thing when you're able to take damage continue on and finish a fight, or take damage, continue on and win a fight. But when you're constantly losing, durability doesn't matter. It just means you're harder to get out of there, but you're still losing. So what the fuck, what good does it do for you? You know, he's got one win in his last 5 fights, and that was that triangle choke over Yair Rodriguez back in February of last year, performance of the night bonus. Before that, lost to Yair because of the shoulder injury. Lost to Volkanovski in the title fight. Fight of the night bonus there, though. Lost to Diego Lopez. Lost to Aljamain Sterling. In his last 5, 6, 7 fights, he's 2-5. You know, 2 of those fights were for the title. I'll give him that. But I mean, since 2018, he hasn't done a ton. He fought for the title twice, yes, but he lost both times, and he's only got 2 wins in between all that. So basically, since he lost to Volkanovski, he has 1 decent win, and he hasn't been able to do much since then, and he's just progressively gotten lower and lower when it comes to looking good in fights. It's the truth, it's the reality, and I hate to say it, and I feel bad for saying it because I'm an Ortega fan, but man, homeboy needs to just do something to change things up and
Get your fucking shit together, my God.
I mean, that drop is so good for so many things, and it sucks that it's Conor McGregor every time, but it's too true. And I feel for Ortega, but I wish that he would just change something. You know, when you get that friend that fucks up all the time and is constantly running through jobs, or just can't keep a woman, or, you know, is constantly changing friends, or, you know, has different interests and decides every other second he's into something different. It's like, bro, where are you going with this? What's your end game? You're getting too old to keep fucking doing this. Settle the fuck down. Lock in. Do something that's gonna cause you to, you know what you're gonna have in the future. Ortega needs to be that guy. He needs to turn it around, or he needs to figure out whether this is still for him. And, you know, maybe go and try to make some money in jiu-jitsu, because MMA is just not working for you right now. I don't see a change unless he makes a change. So that's just my thought on that. I don't know. I could be way off, but I don't think I'm way off. If I'm off, I'm off, but I don't think I'm way off. So anyway, Zhang Ming Yang Zhang, whichever way you want to say it, walking out right now. He is the favorite to win right now. Walker to win. Oh shit, damn it, I missed it. I was looking at the odds, but it said, I think the biggest underdog was for Walker to win by KO or TKO. So if that happens, someone's going to win some damn money. Big elbow knockouts for Zhang Ming Yang. That's what they're talking about on the broadcast right now. Road to the UFC is how he got here. Big knockouts. If I remember correctly, he's on a 3-fight win streak. Let's see where we at. 3-fight win streak. All 3 wins have been performance, or have gotten bonuses, and all 3 wins were finishes in the first round. Yeah, he's 3-0 in the UFC. All 3 in the first round. All 3 TKO finishes. And all 3 with bonuses. And actually, every single one of his wins have been in the first round. That's crazy. Since 2019, he's only had 1 loss since 2019. And all of his wins has been in the first round. Wow. All of his wins and the 1 loss. That is insane. Johnny Walker walking out right now. And actually, if I look back at the rest of his record, it looks like Only 4 of his fights have gotten past the first round. 1 unanimous decision, which he lost. 2 second round fights, which he lost. And then 2 first round fights, which he lost. Every win of his has been in the first round. Wow, that is nuts. That's Zhang Ming Yang Zhang, whichever way you want to say it. So he's fighting Johnny Walker though, 21-9 overall, 7-6 in the UFC. He's coming off a loss, I believe. 2 losses. Volkan Ozdemir, Magomed Ankalaev. Big names though. Before that, he had a no contest with Magomed as well. And then before that, he was on a 3-fight win streak with wins over Anthony Smith, Paul Craig, and Ian Cutelaba. But I mean, he has a pattern, and that is he was on a big win streak for a long time coming into the UFC. 3 wins there, and then he went 2 losses, 1 win, 2 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses, and now we're here. So he's got a pattern. Here's your matchup. Johnny Walker versus Zhang Ming Yang. I just realized that transition doesn't have any animation. That kind of sucks. So let me add that and make sure that it's a little more appealing. Let's hit that again. There we go. That's what we want. So yeah, both of them have double digits in the KO TKO column. Zhang Ming Yang has never won a fight by decision and only lost 1 there. So, but again, this could be done early because Zhang Ming Yang, whether he wins or loses, doesn't get out of the first round very often. Johnny Walker likes to rush in and do some crazy shit right away, whether it be high flying attacks or just rushing in and trying to get a big highlight reel win. So we'll see how this gets started, but this might not make it out of the first round, which means an early ending. And yeah, not a bad time to end. I'll go back to sleep. This has been fun though. I mean, not bad for. I wish there would have been some crazier, wins going on, some bigger wins happening in the middle of this main card. It started off decent and interesting, but then we got a bunch of decisions. It's not like they were horrible fights. Just, not a ton of action, not a ton of exciting stuff going on, but still fun nonetheless. And I don't do this often, so I mean, I'll take it. I made it here. I'm awake, and it's fun to lock in and really pay attention to what's happening throughout the entire fight. I've never felt like I've been much of a play-by-play guy, but I do enjoy paying attention to everything that's happening throughout the entire fight with no distractions and being able to, break down what's happening throughout the fight. Whether or not that's good for you guys, I don't know. I hope it's not bad. I hope that I keep up with the fights and what I'm saying is relevant and what I'm saying makes sense. But I enjoy doing this, and that's why, as much as possible, anytime I can do a solo watch party, I'll do it. Because it's fun and I like it, and that's what I do this for in general, is just to have a good time. I'm passionate about the sport. I always have been, as you know, and that's why I'm here doing this podcast anyway. So watch parties are fun when I have the guys in here and we're having a good time, but they're also fun when I'm in here locked in by myself, breaking everything down as it happens. And, hopefully I don't bore everybody too much. But, I can only put out what I'm given. It's hard to make something out of nothing. So if the fights aren't great, it's going to be tough. But at least we're here and getting the content out there. I'll take it. All right. Announcements made. Ref bringing them to the middle. touch of gloves, and here we go. 5-round main event. Johnny Walker versus Zhang Ming Yang. Ming Yang Zhang. He has Zhang on his shorts, so we'll say Ming Yang Zhang. Could be a quick one. Let's hope for some excitement. Johnny Walker always throwing some crazy shit out there. Zhang Ming Yang doesn't get out of the... Oh, Johnny Walker fakes the glove touch. Tries to take down Zhang. Zhang winds up on top. Johnny Walker, that was a bad move, bro. Yeah. Bisbing says, always does something kind of goofy. That was definitely goofy because you wind up on your back. Zhang is just holding him down. Walker's not doing a whole lot. He's just kind of having his hands up with underhooks, but he's got the full guard. Let's fucking go. Somebody do something. Shit. Oh, there he goes. Starts dropping the elbows. Oh, shit. Walker trying to fight off the elbow attacks. He's only landed 2 for Zhang. Zhang, whichever way you want to say it. I mean, yeah, Walker, that was a stupid fucking move when you wind up on your back. If Walker loses, this will end up being one of those bad sportsmanship TikToks. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be already just for that, for what he did. But even more so if he loses, for sure. Walker back on his feet. Here we go. Walker with the leg kick. Trying to spam with the kicks already. Just circling the way Aljo was. Oh, misses with the big right. Catches a small hook from Zhang. 3 minutes left in the first round. Walker with the high kick defended. Ooh, good left. Oh, good combination by Zhang. And Walker ties him up against the cage. Knees and almost reversed, but not yet. Johnny Walker still has position with Ming Yang against the cage. Knees by Ming Yang. Walker not doing a whole lot, just pushing pressure. Dang, the knees keep coming. There we go. Oh, Walker trying with the flying knee. He landed a couple punches in there, but so did Zhang. 2 minutes left of the first round. Big jumping left by Zhang, but didn't land. Johnny Walker with the leg kicks, inside leg kick, outside leg kick. Johnny Walker just circling. Damn, let's go. Wonder if Ming Yang got thrown off by the way that Walker started things. And maybe he felt a little bit of power coming from Walker with some of those exchanges. And that's why he's being a little hesitant. But Walker is catching him with those leg kicks. We all know that helps with slowing people down a bit. So, but Walker just running around in circles. Now goes for the takedown. Defended by Ming Yang. Ooh, inside elbow. Big uppercut missed. Ming Yang looks like he's bleeding in the face a little bit. Oh, jumping kick by Walker. I'm not sure what to call that one. That was a weird one. 30 seconds left of the first round. Yeah, Ming Yang's upper lip maybe is busted up a little bit. Johnny Walker with some weird movement. What the fuck? God damn, let's go. 10 seconds left. First round. Ooh, big high kick. That's it. End of the first round. Zhang Mingyang makes it out of the first round for the first time in quite a while. And I guess props to Johnny Walker for that. I don't know. That was a weird round. That one was tough to call. I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about that one. Like who won, who lost, I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a stupid way to start that fight. He landed that left straight. That might have been what busted up Ming Yang's mouth. That was a nasty elbow by Ming Yang. Another big shot by Walker as we see the replays. It's really all they showed, though. So I don't know. Maybe Walker got the best of him. Just barely edged that one out for the first round. It was a weird one to watch and a weird one to call. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with that first round. Maybe slight upper hand for Walker. Here we go with the second round. Good combinations with the body shot for Zhang. Bisping said great opening round for Zhang. So maybe, I don't know. Good outside leg kick for Ming Yang. Answered by Johnny Walker with one of his own. Now they're exchanging those outside leg kicks. Walker just told somebody to be quiet in the... I don't know if it was his corner or what. Ming Yang's nose is bleeding too. I'm not sure. I can't tell where that blood's coming from. Oh, big right hand by Ming Yang. If Walker... Oh, close round's probably going to the home team if it comes to decision. Yeah, good call there. That's about how it goes if it keeps up like this. They're both so, I don't know, they're both kind of like timid a bit. Just waiting maybe on counters. Good leg kick by Ming Yang, though. He's smiling. I'm not sure why. Maybe at the crowd's reaction. Another leg kick. Oh, exchanging leg kicks. Ooh, Johnny Walker hurt him with that one. And he came back with a second one. Ming Yang is down from the leg kicks. There goes Johnny Walker jumping on top. Holy shit. Johnny Walker still throwing punches. Ming Yang trying to get up, but back on the ground. Johnny Walker on top. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Ming Yang grabs a leg. Johnny Walker is about to finish this fight. Dropping hammer fists like crazy. The ref is letting it go. Ming Yang is still moving around. Oh, shit. Walker. Oh, big hammer fist by Walker. The ref looked like he was about to jump in right there. He's calling for action. That's it. It's over. Johnny Walker wins. Fucking A, dude. He killed him with those leg kicks, bro. He killed him with those leg kicks. Wow. That's crazy. I did not see that one coming. Those leg kicks just killed him, man. He hurt him with that first one, and when he there he goes with the fucking worm. Don't hurt yourself, fucking Walker. Jesus. He's done that before and hurt his shoulder. It was like one of the first times in the cage, and he does that and hurts himself. Anyway, he hurt him with the leg kick, and then Ming Yang started kind of gingerly you know, standing on that leg, and then he kicks him again and drops him with that leg kick. That was nuts. I was not expecting that kind of an outcome. Walter Walker is emotional as hell. His brother. Wow. I didn't see that one coming, man. Honestly. Had a couple guys in the CST staff picks that picked Johnny Walker, and in the chat they were talking about you know, a couple guys were high on Johnny Walker winning that one. I didn't see it coming. I thought Ming Yang was riding too high on that win streak, especially with his history of first round finishes. But hey, you get out of the first round and things change. So maybe that's a good lesson for Ming Yang. And Johnny Walker just shows why he's dangerous, whether, you know, no matter what kind of a weird streak he's been on. So yeah, we get the official decision here in a minute, but hey, we finish it out with a finish. I mean, you can't get any better than that, especially when you're not seeing that person getting the finish and getting the win. So not too bad of a way to end it early in the second round. Walter Walker seems way more happy than Johnny. Johnny, though, looks like he might be a little bit tired or maybe just overwhelmed with emotion or something, but damn. Here's the official. Ming Yang talking shit, saying Johnny Walker was running. Hey, regardless of whether he was running or not, he fucking caught him with those leg kicks, man, when it counted. Johnny Walker shouting out to the crowd. I'm just waiting to see what Johnny Walker has to say. Of course, we got translations in the mix. Ooh, yeah. It was crazy to see Ming Yang go down like that, like wobbled from the leg kick. Like his whole body wobbled. That was strange. But I mean, that's the power of a leg kick, I guess. Ooh, nasty ground and pound. I just want, can we get to the part where he maybe calls somebody out? Oh man, this is brutal. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. I just want to see Yin Yang gonna get imprisoned by. Oh my god! Oh shit!
Damn, son.
Oh, Tommy with
Another one.
another one. Oh my god! You always come up with some shit. Fuck, man. Johnny Walker just grabbing the mic, talking now. That's it. Okay, we didn't get much out of that. But you know what? At least we got the finish to end the fight after 3 decisions. Not a whole lot going on. First fight of the night. came out. Controversial a little bit, but we got to finish out of it. Got to finish out of the last fight, and you know, some decent fights all the way around. So appreciate Christian Flores Garcia in the chat. Tommy, thank you for entertaining me throughout the time. Infinity Step dropping in here and there too. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. Everybody who watched. Thanks again, and come back tomorrow for the recap of UFC Shanghai. We'll break down and talk about everything that happened throughout the fights tonight. And then make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live or, you know, put out any content. But especially make sure you hit that like, drop a comment if you're watching this after. And yeah, come back tomorrow for the recap of UFC Shanghai, and we'll talk about anything else going on in combat sports news. That's it for me. I'm out of here. Take it easy. Peace.